What is up YouTube, and welcome to the Supergirl Season 3 video. So if you're new to the channel, a like and a subscribe is super appreciated, and welcome. So I haven't covered Supergirl that much on this channel because it hasn't really been too much to talk about, to be honest, but we have got the new additions in Supergirl Season 3. We have Rain, and she is going to be a world killer who, funnily enough, in the show, as opposed to the comics, when she came down to Earth and wanted to fight Supergirl or get her to join her cause, well, in the TV show version, Rain will slowly morph into her Rain alter ego, which is a very, very curious way of doing things, to say the least, which I think that's quite an interesting way of doing things. And the biggest part of Supergirl Season 3 for me is the mystery of Mon-El. Now, I quite vocally did not like Mon-El whatsoever in the show, but the fact that he comes from such a high pedigree, which is the Legion of Superheroes, is a huge thing. Now, at the end of Supergirl Season 2, he had to go away because there was too much lead in the air, and of course Daxamites are completely and totally allergic to that, and that he had to go into space, and we saw him go through a portal, which many presume are thinking to be the Phantom Zone, or at least the portal that Kara went through when she was younger. Now, what I would presume the fact here is, I will predict that he has actually gone to the future, through to the century, the 31st century, where the Legion of Superheroes are, where he will actually join them. And this quite happened. Superboy actually put the original Mon-El into a kind of Phantom Zone sort of device, and he was then revived and cured in the future. So then he joined the Legion of Superheroes, who are a super team from the far, far future, who were actually inspired by Superboy, and they created their own team, one of which was Saturn Girl. So Saturn Girl is a very curious character, and she is the original name of Imra Ardeen, and she will be played by Amy Jackson. So the person who will be playing Saturn Girl on the show, that's right, Saturn Girl is coming to the show, which is quite a huge thing because the Legion of Superheroes are coming to Supergirl, which I think that comes as no surprise to anyone who has a very good knowledge of the comics, or at least a decent prediction idea. So the fact that Mon-El disappeared and we got this, it was quite similar to his comic reign, which gives us the fact that, well, the Legion of Superheroes are coming, which at least one of them is here in the form of Saturn Girl. Now, Saturn Girl was born on Titan, which is, the largest moon of Saturn as well, in the 30th century. And she has the powers to read people's minds. And, well, it's quite cool the fact that we're going to be getting such a huge character on the show. And I think it's going to add a lot of depth, I think, as well. So, Saturn Girl, if you didn't know as well, in the recent DC Rebirth timeline, she was plucked, or something has happened to her, and she is now in Arkham Asylum, and she doesn't really know where she is or where she has been, but she has the Legion of Superheroes ring, and the Legion of Superheroes ring was actually, as well as that, was an Easter egg in the Flash show when we saw all the universes, and it is also as well in the Fortress of Solitude. So hopefully we will soon learn where that ring actually came from, and if Kara's cousin has actually had any dealings with them as well. So I think that we might actually see more of the very, very cool Legion of Superheroes on the show, and I hope that we get to see more of them as well. I mean, we could see people like Lightning Lad and many others, which would make a great addition to the show. And, of course, as well, could we actually see the inclusion of Power Girl as well, someone who was the Earth 2 counterpart of Supergirl, and, well, we already have an Earth 2, so could we see that also involved as well? I know that is a complete long shot, but it's something which I would really want as well. So let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think having this on the show is a good idea? So that is it. Please do drop a like. Please do subscribe. And I'll see you soon. Goodbye.